See the big cracky spot there in the phone, that little light? That's not actually a light, it's a crack in the screen coming at you with no budget. But today's episode brought to you by, oh, look at that, I can see it, Jason's Miracle Cream. Miracle Cream. If it ain't Miracle Cream, then you're not doing it right. It's actually for for joint pain, muscle pain, arthritis, skin cancer, and burns, and other types of skin lacerations. Just trying to think. Miracle Cream can't do it. Nobody can. Also can be used for whatever. I can't do it right today. Just not thinking straight. But the Miracle Cream, if you put her on your tallywhacker, sonny, you'll last a lot longer. Put that under your tallywhacker, and the wife will love you for the whole day. You'll be as popular as a two-peckered rooster. Also brought to you by Phoenix Tears. Used for internal cancers, external cancers, diabetes, heart disease. Smoke it to get high. Get high. You want to get high? Good stuff. Exclusively sold through me. As all my products are. 100% organic. Wow. I guess that's not as organic as it can get, I guess. Right? It's purified, so it's cooked in alcohol. But the alcohol's cooked out of it, so it's not organic. And I make it all myself, grow it all myself. Everything's all me, man. Even in my Miracle Cream, which is got infused coconut oil. Obviously, it's just an organic coconut oil that I bought, and the lavender and the cinnamon are also just organics that I bought. But everything else in there I grew. All the aloes and the ginsengs and oil and marijuana, everything else. It is 60-40. I don't subscribe to the thought process that people say that they make purely CBDs or purely THCs. Every marijuana plant carries a little bit of both, right? Especially nowadays, it's so hard to get a pure indica plant that it's like pulling teeth. Anyway, and there's a lot of healing and a lot of benefit in the THC as well. That's why my oil's better than the CBD oils, because the CBD part of it is the medical part that'll go into your skin and actually make your joints feel better, right, with the Miracle Cream. And but also if you're like worked all day and you're sore and you put it on your muscles, the THC gives you that numbing sensation. It's not really, you don't really feel it, but you do notice that the pain's gone. It's not like Tiger Balm. When you put Tiger Balm on, you get that like sensation on your skin. You can't notice that you put this on until about 10 minutes later, and then all your pain's gone. Then you notice it's on. Same with your hands and your arthritis, knees, ankles, whatever it is, your back. And then, like I was saying about your tallywhacker, it numbs you out, but you want to rub it in, or else you'll numb her out, and then what's the point? Defeating the purpose. Well, or you don't rub too vigorously, because then you also defeat the purpose. And this is edible. If you wanted to eat it, I don't think it would taste good. Yeah, I don't think it tastes all that great, but it is edible. It doesn't taste that bad either, though. Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, yeah. Not that great. Kind of makes you flare your nostrils up. Yuppie. But I do make infused olive oil for cooking. I'm about to do a batch probably today. Amazing. If you make butter, I make butter as well. If you make butter and you like the high or whatever, olive oil is twice as strong. I don't know why. It's just a better medium to cook in or whatever. It absorbs the that's why even for this recipe, for this stuff, that's mostly out of the Bible, except the Bible uses olive oil and I use coconut oil. I think that if you use olive oil, just absorbs it way better. I was blown away. It should have been the strength of the butter, right? But it doubled the strength of the butter. Because I use the same amount of product to product, right? The same ratios. So you would think, right? Though I guess I don't eat the butter as much as you eat the olive oil, but I don't know. Anyway, really good. If you're into that sort of thing. That sort of stuff. I'm not really into eating marijuana. I rather like smoking it. Personally, I'd rather smoke it than eat it. Any day. Same as this. It's awful tasting. But it's awfully good for you. Ah, yes. Bloody book. I was playing Opposite Day, my last video. I ran out of time. I'm supposed to do this. A little drop every day. That'll cure your heart disease, diabetes, cancer, certain types of cancer, type 2 diabetes. What sticks to your teeth, and then you can't get it out of there. It sticks to your tongue. My buddy used to put it into the pill capsules. Bloop, bloop, bloop. But then how do you get it out to smoke it? Ah, so complicated. Or if you need to apply it, because you can apply that straight to bleep, 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 that's all, folks. Oh yeah, I ran out of tape. That's why my video ended, my Opposite Day video ended. If you were watching, I don't know. Anyway. Forget what I was saying now. Stuff's good smoking, good eating. Oh, skin cancer, 4 days. 4, 5 applications, they say. If anybody wants to try it, I'll send you some for free. Put her to the test. I'm currently making some of that as well. So, love to test it on you. Not everybody, but I'm looking for maybe 2 test subjects with skin cancer. My father had it. Unfortunately, I didn't have any of this at the time. I didn't have the recipe or whatever. They gave him chemo cream, skin cream with chemo, with radiation or whatever, and he had 3 skin cancers on his head over a 2-year span or whatever it was. And years later, he ended up having 3 strokes in the 3 different parts of his brain, and they won't even admit that they're related. But come on, guys. And major strokes, and then he had a whole bunch of mini strokes all around, in between the major ones or whatever. Bastards. I always say that most Red Seal carpenters out of like the Union, at least in Canada, I wouldn't let them build a shit house, because they're coming out of, they've only built scaffold most of their career, and passed some tests or whatever, like on the books. They never really built anything before. They don't have any job experience other than scaffolding, maybe hang a door here and there. But anyway, those doctors are no better. Actually worse. Because at least the carpenter from the Union, he's taught all the relevant information that he needs to build a home or to do whatever. The doctor's taught only the information, that the bare minimum of information that he needs in order to keep him fooled enough that he doesn't realize all the fuck-ups and loopholes and all the bullshit. Same as the archaeologist or the geologist or the whoever, right? And then in the field, each one of them carries a lie that they know is a lie, but they think that the other one has the evidence, so that their evidence being weak doesn't matter because that evidence is strong in the other 2 fields or the other 3 fields, you know what I mean? So the geologist thinks the biologist has it, but the biologist thinks the geologist has it, and they both think the archaeologist or the whatever guy in the stars. Duh. They all think that each other have the missing pieces, so that their missing piece being fraudulent or not making any sense and not adding up doesn't really matter, because the other guy has the other missing piece that does add up or whatever. So, but none of them add up, and they all have missing chunks. It's funny to watch, but it's not, because they're teaching the world and kids and stuff like they all know what they're talking about. None of them know what they're talking about. Especially these high school teachers and stuff. They're taught very minimal. They know more how to teach than what they're teaching. And they don't even really know how to teach well, because when they can't teach to a kid, they say the kid has a disability when it's their inability to teach. You have a disability, teacher. Not those kids. The kids are fine. They learn all kinds of things without you. But then your inability to teach them, you're going to go ahead and label them, destroy their self-esteem, screw them all up, and mentally abuse them into trying to fit into your little box. It's not teaching, you fuckers. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get so angry, but you're supposed to be the educated class. You're not. You're certainly not. Certainly not as educated as, well, wild animals. The wild animals. Anyways, what do you guys all think of what's going on down under, eh? There's some awful totalitarian things happening down there. Yeah? My cousin's from Australia. I worry about his family. My cousin married a Australian bloke, and I worry about his family because, well, they all still live in Aussie land. My cousin's back up here in Canada, way up in the north with the kids, so I know they're safe. Northwest Territories somewheres. They'll be the last ones. Or who knows? With this stupid thing. The way the way that COVID spreads. Scary stuff. Isn't it? Back to my original video that got cut short because I ran out of space. This one's probably going to get cut short too. I wonder where I'm at. Oh no, I still got time. Deleted more than that. I deleted more than that. There. I got all kinds of time. Walk around and talk around to myself. That's what I'm really doing, you know. I like to talk to myself. Did you know there's people out there who don't have an eternal voice? There's no conversation going on up there. I can have 3 and 4 just at one time. Not even just conversations, I'll have goddamn arguments with myself. I think I got maybe their voice in there too. Yes? I got your voice and that guy's voice and this guy's voice. Hard to hear my own. So there's actually people out there that when your wife says, "What are you thinking about?" There's people out there who aren't thinking about anything. It's just blankness all the time. Now, the word muse means to think. To put the prefix a in front of something means to make it the opposite. So amuse is not to think. And then mint at the end, the suffix, is that right? Prefix, suffix, whatever. Anyway, I think I did that backwards. Mint, amusement, means to have somebody else think for you. They're doing it. Or to you. So, to be amused is not a good thing. If you constantly have the TV on, or the radio, or whatever, just to blank out the voice in your head that's trying to talk to you, that's a very bad thing. You're supposed to logic things through in your brain. You're supposed to talk to yourself in order to come up with better conclusions about the earth and about your existence and about your time here and all that kind of stuff. That's important. Important? Very, very, very important. I don't know what's more important. Better stop saying it like that or I'll forget how to say important. That happened to me one day. Took some acid with me and my friend and he couldn't pronounce the word ambulance. So he pronounced it wrong to me and then I couldn't fucking say it either. We spent it was the next day before we could fucking say it. I think mushrooms, not acid so much. Acid's too much and too artificial. Mushrooms DMT maybe. I don't really know. I've never done it. I don't think it much matters. DMT sounds stronger, I guess. I'm not really 100%. But anyway, psychedelics, natural psychedelics, are a very healthy thing to do in your lifetime. I can understanding bad trips. I totally get that. And now I've done a lot of psychedelics, tons of them, and just the two massive mushrooms. But I've done them in abundance, and it's about your where you're at and who you're with. If you put yourself someplace good to do it, then it's always good. If you put yourself into a bad situation, it's going to be horrible. I was always taught mind over matter as a child. Moral standards, mind over matter. Those were things that my old man always loved. And his mind over matter was amazing. The things that he could do and just not bother him. You know, heights. He could do heights like crazy. No problem at all. Pain. He could give himself pain. Even like, I don't know if you've ever had a big blister underneath your fingernail and it gets all purple, swollen, and it's pumping and hurts and hurts and hurts. Well, if you take a sewing needle and heat it up with a lighter, and you can actually melt a hole through your fingernail, poke a hole in the blister, and all the blood will come out, and the pressure's relieved, and then you'll have the mark, but it'll just grow away, and you won't feel it anymore. It's gone. It takes me forever to actually poke through there. I gotta work up my will to do it. It feels amazing when you finally poke through and the blood comes out and the pressure's relieved. It feels super good. But getting to that point, having the will to actually melt a hole through your fingernail and poke through the skin, try it sometime. It's freaky as hell. Anyways, he could do that shit no problem. And he'd squeeze it and off the juices would go, and first try every time, no problem at all. Not even a thought. And that's how he could do it. He wouldn't put thought into it. He'd say, "Oh no, if you don't mind, it don't matter." I thought that was freaking amazing. Quality to carry. So I try it. I'm not as good as it is him, even with the heights and stuff like that, getting right over the edge, leaning right over the edge of a cliff or over off the edge of a roof or whatever, and reaching down, working down like that over 30, 40-foot drop. Freaks me out. I'm sweating when I'm doing it, right? I hate it, but I do it anyway. Mind over matter. But you can tell that I'm not as comfortable as he would be. Again, just don't think about it. Because if you were only 5 feet off the ground at that same incline or doing that same thing, you wouldn't, and for me, I was 10 feet off the ground. I wouldn't care. But when I'm 50 feet off the ground, it freaks me out, right? But it's the same actions that I do all the time, so I shouldn't be scared to do my job because it's what I do. You know what I mean? Mind over matter. Anyway, really interesting. I'm all over the fucking place today. It's everywhere. I think I might smoke some of this today. Just because. I've had this for a fucking year. And I hate running it, so I always keep that. That's actually a few grams. I don't know. The numbers are worn off on the needle. But I think that was like 10 in there originally, so it's gonna be fiber. But yeah, I hate running out of it because I don't know why, because I'm an addict. So I like to always know that I have some little stashy poo. I am going to quit though. Or I am going to get full control over my weed smoking. Watch me go. Gonna rain. Supposed to get nice out today. Hoping it does, because I'm cooking volatile chemicals and I can't have fire and heat and shit going while I'm cooking, because I could blow myself up. So, yeah. Anywho, I think I'll let my video end. I don't really have any more thoughts to think of today. Didn't really think of a lot, maybe. Said more than of nothing. A whole bunch of nothing. But whatever. I enjoyed it. I hope maybe somebody else did. Have a good day.